What's going on, everybody? My name is Lexi, and you are watching The Nerds Table. Cue the intro. Okay, everybody, so today we're gonna be watching some Royal Rumble stuff. It's like a number 10 most disappointing surprises. Oh, it's not even Royal Rumble. Excuse me. It's 10 most disappointing surprise returns in WWE. So I guess it could be the Royal Rumble. I'm still half right. Half wrong, half right. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe it up because we growing here. We got plans for this channel and I need y'all help to get there. I will be playing WWE 2K23 when it drops. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you know when that video comes out. I'm trying to be consistent on the channel, guys. Let me know if I'm pretty consistent or not. Anyways, let's get this going. I'm like wasting y'all time. I don't know why I'm singing everything. It's because I'm waiting for my DoorDash of my food.
This has led to some downright lackluster surprise returns. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 of the most disappointing surprise returns in WWE history. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, WrestleMania Shorts, Alberto Del Rio. There was a ton of buzz heading into the 2015 Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. WWE were advertising a US title open challenge featuring John Cena for the show, and there was extensive speculation surrounding the mystery opponent. However, when it was revealed that the surprise opponent was Alberto Del Rio, fans were left bewildered. Del Rio had left WWE over a year prior, and there was no desire to see him return.
Why did he look so stiff when his arm went up? Like, he looked like he was like, you know, like, I don't, like, it was just
Del Rio
weird.
was weirdly paired with his former rival Zeb Coulter in a pairing that made little sense and did little to generate excitement. In a shocking turn of events, Del Rio defeated Cena to win the US title, ending Cena's epic US title reign in the process. This was a huge letdown, as it was a push from fans to see a young star such as Big E or Sami Zayn to be the one to end Cena's reign. But in fact, it was returning Del Rio that just left fans feeling very deflated. Number 9, The Big Boss Man. The Big Boss Man is one of the greatest big men in the history of pro wrestling. Notwithstanding how great Boss Man was, his surprise return in 2001 was incredibly random and left fans wondering why the former Hardcore Champion was suddenly back in WWE.
Guys, the Hardcore Championship is my absolute favorite championship. I love the Hardcore Championship. Well, I don't know if it's my absolute favorite, but it's one of my top favorites. I gotta remember all the championships before I make a decision on which one's my absolute favorite.
Boss Man would return on a random episode of SmackDown, interfering in a match between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Booker T. Fans barely reacted to Boss Man's return, which was a massive shame, and it wouldn't take long for Boss Man to be an afterthought in WWE, being relegated to Sunday Night Heat for the majority of his final run in the company. Number 8,
Stop
Chris
it.
Masters. In 2009, WWE decided to give Chris Masters one more shot at the big time. He would make his grand return on Raw in a match against MVP, and upon his surprise return, it was evident that nobody in attendance cared about the masterpiece. It was incredibly awkward as Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler on commentary attempted to present Masters as a big deal, but the crowd reception and the response from fans watching at home was lackluster to say the least. In Masters' defense, during his final run in the company, he worked incredibly hard to get better in the ring, and although he was often relegated to shows such as Superstars, he gradually managed to find his groove from an in-ring perspective. Number 7, Jack Swagger.
It's always really awkward to me. Like, I would love to have a conversation with the wrestler. Like, it's always really awkward to me, like, when you do a big move, and then the fans are just sitting there, like, you know, like, what do you do? Like, do you stay fired up, or, like, are you kind of, like, is your energy drained at that point? Like, you know, I don't know.
On the road to WrestleMania 29, WWE decided to give Jack Swagger a huge push. This push would begin with a surprise return on February 1st, 2013's edition of SmackDown. As Booker T was discussing plans for the Elimination Chamber event, Swagger abruptly interrupted.
Did you guys play WWE 2K? No. That's SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Jack Swagger, he'd be like, Hermano.
To Booker. This was incredibly awkward as the crowd barely reacted, so WWE had to pipe in fake crowd noise. Swagger would then be propelled into the main event scene following a controversial character shift which included adding Zeb Coulter as his manager. Swagger would later win the Elimination Chamber match and would go on to wrestle for the world title in a match against Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania 29. This was an unusual return as the WWE were of the belief that fans wanted Swagger to be a top guy in the company. This simply wasn't the case. Number 6, Emma. When Triple H took over WWE, talents who were unfairly released in the years prior. Some of these returns were welcomed by fans. Talents such as Bray Wyatt and Karrion Kross were fan favorites, but some of the returns Triple H implemented failed to create a buzz at all. One of these surprise returns was Emma, who returned to face Ronda Rousey on SmackDown. Emma is a fantastic wrestler, but it was as if the crowd had either forgotten all about her or the crowd simply didn't care.
I don't get it. Like, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I feel like there's like a certain like amount of like I don't know the right word to put behind it, but I feel like the crowd kind of be like, they don't be giving the women their flowers, you know what I'm saying? Like, for lack of better terms, like, I feel like ever since like the Divas era, like, it's like always like, oh my god, here's the woman, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's like the Divas put in work too, and I feel like Emma was pretty much like a revolutionary like women's wrestler, and I feel like I don't know. Let me stop.
Cole and Wade Barrett on commentary insisted that it was a big deal that Emma was back, but the crowd reaction failed to reflect this. It didn't help that Emma would go on to lose a return match with Hit Row. Speaking of surprise returns in 2022, one of the most unexpected returns was the return of Hit Row. The stable would return in the summer of 2022, and upon their music hitting, there was an initial bit of excitement. But then fans realized that the former leader of the faction, that being Isaiah Swerve Scott, was now part of the AEW roster. Fans instantly questioned why Triple H had brought back the stable, which now consisted of Top Dollar, Ashante the Adonis, and B-Fab. The stable would return as a babyface act, but this ended up being a total failure, so they were forced to turn the group heel just a few short months after their return. Number 4, the British Bulldog.
Much about
During
the
peak of the Attitude Era, WWE made the bold decision to bring back the British Bulldog. In his initial run, Bulldog was insanely popular, but the Attitude Era was a different time period altogether, and Bulldog struggled to fit in. He made his surprise return to WWE in a match against the Big Boss Man on SmackDown, and it was likely that WWE fully expected Bulldog to receive a thunderous ovation, but it was incredibly weak, as fans didn't seem to know who he was. The Bulldog would work with top talents such as The Rock and Triple H, but even they couldn't make the Attitude Era audience care about him. Bulldog was seriously suffering from nagging injuries at the time. This definitely impacted his in-ring work. Bulldog would previously be able to have excellent matches, but 90% of his matches during his final run were unfortunately relatively poor. Number 3, the Great Khali. It's been discussed at length how Jinder Mahal's WWE title reign in 2017 turned a lot of fans away from the product. But this match with Randy Orton inside the Punjabi prison match at the Battleground pay-per-view highlighted all the problems with the reign. The match was abysmal and didn't warrant a main event slot. The match also featured a surprise return as the Great Khali made his grand return to WWE to help Mahal retain the title. Weirdly, Khali came out to Mahal's theme song in Titantron, which left fans puzzled, and it was down to a genuine production mistake on the part of WWE. Thankfully, his return was a one-night-only deal, which was the right move, as WWE would have struggled to find a meaningful place for Khali in 2017. Number 2, Ronda Rousey. Rousey's inaugural run in WWE exceeded all expectations. She had some excellent matches on pay-per-view, and it could be argued that Rousey's involvement helped elevate the women's division in WWE. However, when Rousey returned to WWE at the 2022 Royal Rumble, fans were less than excited. Rousey returned as a complete surprise in the Women's Rumble, entering at number 28 and winning the entire thing. The reaction Rousey received from fans wasn't what WWE would have liked, and it seemed that fans had already moved on from Rousey being a WWE star. Rousey left WWE as the top heel in the women's division, but she was suddenly returning as a babyface. But this babyface turn wasn't logically explained, which led to fans not knowing how to react during her second run in the company.
So they were like, I don't know if to cheer or... Don't do Nia Jax.
During the first run in WWE,
don't do
Nia Jax wasn't exactly the most popular wrestler in the world. Nia had obtained a reputation for being unsafe in the ring, and her social media antics made fans strongly dislike her. Nevertheless, WWE made the shocking decision to have her return at the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble match. She would enter as a complete surprise, entering the match at number 30. Nia's return left fans disappointed, as nobody wanted her to return, and the highly prestigious number 30 spot was certainly a questionable spot for Nia to make a surprise return to the company. But they have it, folks.
Why not video, guys? I feel like some of those was disappointing to y'all just for the simple fact that, let me stop, because then y'all gonna be like, oh, here she go. Anyways, so thank y'all for watching, thank y'all for liking, thank y'all for subscribing, thank everybody for like, you know, thank you for just being here and supporting me and supporting the channel and that's been building this thing up that I never thought I'd be able to do. Thank you all, thank you so much, and I'm gonna keep this going. I'm gonna keep pumping out videos for y'all. So to end this off, my name's Lexi and you've just watched The Nerds Table.